For the third movement, Beethoven, like Mozart in his Kochel 464, opts for a slow theme and variations. Here, the composer showcases his remarkable ability to transform a simple melody into a rich tapestry of contrasting variations. It unfolds with an opening theme that is rhythmically and melodically straightforward, yet it serves as a foundation for a diverse range of transformations. As Beethoven navigates through each variation, he skillfully juxtaposes stillness with exuberance, lightness with tension, and simplicity with complexity. This movement not only highlights Beethoven's innovative compositional techniques, but also invites listeners to engage with the evolution of a singular theme through a captivating musical journey. Before we dive into this fascinating movement, go ahead and like this video, subscribe to our channel, and ring the notification bell so that you don't miss our next video, where we'll explore Beethoven's exuberant finale to this quartet. Now back to the theme and variations. Beethoven opens his theme and variations movement with a melody that is rhythmically and melodically simple. In fact, it could hardly be less simple. There are a few motifs that add interest to this banal theme. First, the commentary of the viola between bars 2 and 3 adds a conversational aspect. And at the end of the melody, the dotted rhythms in the violins, along with the gruppetto, a quick turn of notes, adds some interest. These motifs will come back in subsequent variations. The overall feeling of this opening is one of peace and simplicity. After such a static theme, Beethoven contrasts with a variation that significantly deforms the original material. The dotted rhythm of motif B opens the melody, whilst the gruppetto of motif C injects exuberance. The cello's bouncing melody is successively taken up by the other instruments, with each entrance becoming increasingly tight. This leads to a crescendo that culminates in one of Beethoven's favorite techniques, offbeat sforzandos, or sudden emphases at unexpected moments. This variation is quite original, diverging from the tradition of first variations that are closely related to the theme and merely ornamental in nature. Here, the theme is not easily recognizable. After such a docile theme, this variation feels refreshing. Interestingly, Beethoven borrows a key characteristic from Mozart's theme and variations movement by shifting to the minor mode at the beginning of the second half. This variation serves as the true ornamental variation we would expect to follow the theme. The wandering triplet figure in the violin closely adheres to the contours of the original theme, providing a delicate embellishment. Its simple charm and effortless flow create a sense of lightness that might have been overlooked had it followed the docile theme. By contrasting the theme with a buoyant first variation, and then following that with a gentle yet agile second variation, Beethoven demonstrates his skill in captivating the listener. In this variation, Beethoven mirrors Mozart's second variation by employing motif A from the original theme to create a bucolic, lilting rhythmic motor in the violins. And just like Mozart's third variation, the theme is fragmented in disparate parts in the viola and cello, adding a distinct texture to this movement. In this variation, Beethoven presents a striking contrast by bringing the theme back to a more or less original state. However, it carries an air of stillness and unease. Here, Beethoven reharmonizes the original theme, enhancing its sense of tension and creating an effect that is almost mystical. Suddenly, the fifth variation announces itself in the most delightfully absurd way. It's loud, raucous, and evokes the spirit of circus music. The theme, now transformed into a rowdy celebration, is easily recognizable in the second violin and viola, whilst the cello bounces around with offbeat sforzandos, and the first violin shrieks with strident trills, a quick fluttering between two notes. Beethoven has a knack for juxtaposing the mystic, as in the previous variation, with the ridiculous and vulgar, and here the effect is both convincing, thrilling, and ecstatic. After the ecstasy of the previous variation, Beethoven surprises us again with a sudden change of key, shifting from D major to B flat, a distant key. Although this shift is harmonic, it evokes Mozart's sudden rhythmic change in his sixth variation. Listen to Mozart's surprising shift from his theme and variations movement. In Beethoven's coda, he mirrors Mozart's rhythmic shift whilst adding an unexpected harmonic change. The original theme appears in the second violin, accompanied by a counter-subject in contrary motion from the viola. This interplay continues throughout much of the coda, with voices exchanging in a playful dialogue. Following a Beethovenian cadence, marked by forte proclamations, the original theme returns in its most stripped-down form. The movement then concludes with a beautiful pianissimo, just as Mozart's did. This exceptional example of Beethoven's early exploration in the theme and variations format showcases his skillful manipulation of a simple theme through a series of contrasting transformations. Each variation not only contrasts in spirit, oscillating between stillness and movement, but also in dynamics, shifting from piano to forte. This interplay of contrast highlights Beethoven's innovative approach and sets the stage for the exuberant final movement. Next, we'll dive into the exciting finale of this quartet. In the meantime, what's your favorite part of this theme and variations? We'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below.